Hello, it's Damien here with Big AZ Speakers again. Uh, Here today to show you, go over the Yamaha CA-1010. It's a natural sound pre-main integrated stereo amplifier. It's rated at 100 watts per channel. Just to give a little background on this. This is, not necessarily background, but my thoughts on this. This particular stereo, out of everything that I have or have had, this is my favorite. This this converted me to really loving Yamaha. So, and because of this, I moved on to the M80 there, which is 260 watts per channel, which is an amazing amplifier. But just as far as what this one here did for me, I think it wasn't until I heard their amps with a little more power that I really kind of understood the difference between their natural sound versus other amplifiers. And by all means, I love, like, a big Marantz rack here, amazing. Got plenty of Pioneers. That's the Pioneer S-X4g there, 160 watts. The SAE amp and preamp over there, and that's just a little bit of it. But this particular one here, I can't speak highly enough about it. I can run pretty big speakers on it, or even today I'm running these Pioneers. They're probably something that not too many people have seen, at least here in the United States. They're considered pretty rare here. They're made strictly in Japan, I believe, but they're the Pioneer S-X4g. So S-X4g hyphen after the S. You might see people call them like baby HPMs, but they're just testing those out today. They actually came in the mail, so they got a little bit of box wear on them. I got the grills, but overall, I don't have too many bookshelf speakers. But I was in the market, but I prefer big speakers, hence Big AZ. But these are beautiful sounding speakers. And anyways, back with this receiver, it doesn't matter whether I'm pushing some of my bigger speakers or even these little guys. It's very hard to get distortion out of this amp, and it just sounds good whether you're playing it low or playing it high. And I think that's what really sold me. And their goal is to reproduce music the way it was recorded, which with the word audiophile getting tossed around out there, I think that this to me meets that standard more so than maybe some of the trendy or even more popular names. But this isn't a cheap amp. This is very highly regarded, and rightfully so. So I'm blessed that I had the chance to get to use this and enjoy it. And I actually even let a friend use it for the last couple months, and he was strictly a Pioneer guy, and he's in love. So the only thing I want to point out before we turn it on is the cover for the audio muting switch. The switch works fine, just the cover got lost, so I'm gonna have to try to find another one, but that may be something that might get passed down to the owner to find. But I'll do my best. But it just, at this point, is what it is. It's not a blemish. It's something that once you're able to find one, you'll be able to put it back on. So it's not damaged or anything like that. Just simply fell off. Now, the cabinet does have some edge wear, so overall, if you step back from kind of afar, let me see if my light turning it on actually helps. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The cabinet overall is pretty beautiful. It's just along the edges. I just waxed it so it's kind of glossy, but this somebody that really wants this as a centerpiece. Luckily depending on if you're using a cabinet. You know, they eventually may look for a new cabinet for the top, or even re-veneer it. But for most folks, this thing's pretty darn beautiful, and the face is pretty darn clean. But you know, there are a couple, you know, there are some marks, a little bit of wear along the edge, but nothing that, so a few scuffs on some of the knobs and switches. But I wasn't complaining when I had it. So I think that once you turn it on, I'll get it set up and turn it on, I think you're probably looking at your new favorite, unless you have the next model number higher on this one. So no further ado, it's got my Samsung tablet here, so ready to play some music. Hit play, do a little Dire Straits. I know I mentioned this in my other videos, but I tend to stick with the same music. That way I know exactly what I'm listening to when I'm especially when I'm testing receivers, or you know, giving a demo. Definitely want to have that trained ear and know exactly what a song is supposed to sound like. So if you're tuning in to enjoy the music, this is a track I haven't recorded before, so hopefully YouTube doesn't mute my video, but I've had good luck with Dire Straits, which is the other reason why I play them so much. Again, running the Pioneer S-X4g speakers. Bounce right, bounce left. So it's just, there's a little bit of scratchiness in the balance control, but the volume, nothing. Filters. Now another cool thing with this amp is you can switch it over to a Class A amp. It's not typically recommended to do it while it's powered on and playing music, but just show you that it's not going to blow up. So this amp is rated 100 watts per channel, but when you switch over to Class A, you know, it's using a lot lower wattage. So I can't remember off the top of my head, I think it's like 30 watts or something like that, but as you can see, it doesn't really, the music is still just loud with it on. So now the lights on the view meters light up perfect. They're just a real soft light, so I'd have to turn the lights off in here. Actually, I'll pause it and do that for you real quick. So I know everyone's going with those LED lights, super trendy, but I really love the soft lights on this one. The camera's not necessarily doing it justice, but alright, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this quick demo of this Yamaha CA-1010, and please feel free to post any comments, or even send an email if you have any questions or interested in purchasing this unit. You can reach us at Big AZ Speakers. Once again, that's Big AZ, like Arizona, Speakers, at Outlook.com. And you can also find us on eBay or Facebook, and soon our own website, which we do have, but we're not doing sales through that yet. So but eventually, hopefully, most of our sales will be going through our own website, and we'll be able to pass the savings along to our wonderful customers. So again, this is Damien. Thank you for watching another video with me. And next up, I have a really neat custom rebuilt. It's a Dynaco stereo 120, so not the tube. It's the transistor amplifier, but it's really cool. So be sure to tune in and take a look at that. And until next time, thank you and good night.